In this box is a green overdrive pedal from DOD, the Badder Monkey, plus a whole bunch of other goodies. And DOD are really pushing this to be on your board. So, in this video, we're going to find out if it's any good. Here's a clean tone from the amp. And let's have some Badder Monkey. That just sounds like a good, a quality, a classic green overdrive. But it's actually more. It's 3 overdrives. Being a drive pedal, it has the gain and level controls, which DOD call bananas and curiosity, because why not? But it also has this knob here, the Barrel O Monkeys, which currently is set to Bad Monkey. But if I turn it that way, it notches at Badder Monkey. If I turn it again, it notches again at Behaved Monkey, and then back to Bad Monkey. So those are 3 separate drive circuits in there, but as you could probably tell, you can blend between them. So if I wanted halfway between Bad Monkey and Badder Monkey, I'd do that. If I wanted Badder Monkey and Behaved Monkey, I'd put it there. And of course, yes, Behaved and Bad Monkey would be there, but you can blend it and mix it. And I got to try this pedal at NAMM this year, and on the floor, it sounded pretty good through headphones, but I'm very happy to have it today in the studio so that I can actually hear it through an amp, a loud amp at that. Rather than just having a tone pot, the Badder Monkey has got a concentric pot just here, and the bottom is the low frequency adjustment. The top is the mids and high frequency adjustment. But that's not what DOD call it. They call it Grunt and Screech, which incidentally were the nicknames of me and my best friend at school. The foot switch is not a soft switch like there is on this, so that's pretty silent. This one has a bit of a click to it, but it's not a hard clunk like an Electro-Harmonics pedal. I like a bit of feedback on my foot switches, and that is a satisfying click. And finally, we got this 3-way toggle switch. When that is up, the drives are in phase with each other. When it is down, they're out of phase with each other. And then when it's in the middle, it's in troop mode. And that is all 3 drives turned on at the same time, but in parallel. Enough yapping, let's run a loop through this and see what the 3 drives sound like. You might notice I've got the gain and volume a little bit conservative here, and that is because there's a lot of volume in this pedal and a lot of gain. Now that is fairly versatile, although it does sound a bit like it's messing with the gain rather than implementing an entirely different drive circuit. The Bad Monkey is the standard sort of level of drive, the Badder Monkey being a higher, sort of more thick, full sounding drive, and the Behave Monkey is being a bit wimpy. So I'm going to try that a little bit later with the Strat. Hopefully that sort of gives a nice sort of drive to the neck pickup. There's another setting that I want to show you because I think it might be my favorite. It's called the troop mode, and you activate it by putting that toggle switch in the middle. The LED will go green, and then just like when we were blending together the different overdrives in parallel, now we have all the overdrive circuits blended in parallel equally. I don't know why I'm prodding the pedal. Right, it sounds like this. that is really fun. And it is important to note that the barrel control doesn't work when you're in this mode. So anything you do here will not be affected because all the drives are engaged. And that is the bad, badder, behaved all at once. And I dig it. It might be, I think, the most rounded and aggressive. Let's see what it does at low gain. Yeah, I mean, that is absolutely fantastic. And does it do the sort of fuzziness if I gain it right up? That is a lot of gain, but it's still clear. What a great sound. Let's move on, because I could stay on that all day. I do want to mess with that gain control though, because it's only just over a quarter at the moment, which means there is a lot more gain on tap than we're currently using. Let's put it back into parallel mode first though. I think I prefer those as a sort of standard drive setting. Rather than getting all mushy and unusable, that seems to stay within some pleasant boundaries, but just gets more compressed. So the real sort of drive kicks in where I had it. What is it at minimum? So that's on the bad monkey setting. Let's put it back to roughly where I had it and try it badder. Now, I'd argue that that is more distortion territory than overdrive, which I'm fine with. It's just another level of gain. I do like that as you're adding that gain, it doesn't get unusable. It just adds more compression and more harmonics. That, where was I? This was particularly enjoyable to my ear. That's a good distortion setting without being over-the-top distortion. The Behave Monkey is my least favorite part of the pedal so far. Let's click it in there. Maybe because I'm so used to having such nice gain. It's got this sort of screech that I don't like. So let's turn the screech down, see if that fixes it. I've turned the screech all the way down, which I think as guitar players, we tend to think that turning something all the way down is bad, it's too far. On this, it fixes the problem. I don't turn that all the way up, but I do want to see what happens if I turn the grunt, the bass all the way up. It might be a little bit too much for chords, but let's keep it that way and try a lead thing. Still too much. I'm not enjoying the Behaved monkey. Let's put it midway between Behaved and Badder. I did not expect that. It's all muffled all of a sudden. Okay. The Behaved monkey is a weird circuit. It's almost as if they took some parts out and added that circuit in for the fun of it. I dig it. I'm just more Bad and Badder monkey oriented. But in the out of phase setting, I think I found a sort of big muffy fuzzy setting earlier. I've gone all Guitar Center on a Saturday afternoon, sorry. Maybe it wasn't out of phase. That feels like it could go on forever. Okay, that's one of my favorite settings. Screenshot that, I'm going to use that later. But in the instructions, they have some suggested settings. Classic crunch, okay. Dirty boost, fatty blues drive, bad center. That's cool. Hang on, the setting that I've got it on, they've called, well, they've got one. It's almost called Dark Fuzz Broken Tube. Oh no. No, Hendrix Super. They've got some fuzz settings, and I'm pretty close to what they've suggested. That's nice. There's Bananas Distortion. I've got to try that. That one goes there. That one goes there. Bass goes down. Where is it? There. And that one goes up there like that. And we're in. And that one goes in Badder Monkey all the way. Right. I dig that, but it was lacking that bass. I see what they're doing with cutting the bass out. Maybe in a band mix that sounds better. For me, as a lone guitar player, I want that bottom end. I want that grunt. Yeah, I want that. Let's try another one. Let's try and figure out this this clean, what's it called? Behave monkey. Clean monkey. Clean monkey. There, they've got the clean monkey on something called classic crunch. So let's have a go at that. We've got that one that way. And then that. Again, I think these settings are a little bit too screechy for my liking. I'm going to go all the way down with the screech. Yeah, I mean, a preset is a starting point for a sound. It's not the end point. You do need to adjust a preset to the rest of your rig. I'm going to have to put the Strat on because I want to know if this Behave Monkey is a single coil. What's the word? Friend. Monkey friend. That is lovely. It's still quite toppy. Even no, the screech, sorry, has some left in it. Where's that bass? Oh, it's quite high. I think that's a great Strat sound. Let's bring the gain down even more. I really dig that. That's really, really beautiful to play. The notes just pop out. Like without the pedal, it's like, and then pedal on. The Bad Monkey, I think it's named wonderfully because it is hairy, it is cheeky, it is at points likely to rip your face off. But at others, it's almost cuddly and makes you want to just sit with it and pretend to be its friend. It's also one of the best looking pedals I've seen of late. The graphics are great, the color is so vibrant. And I do like to have my videos quite vibrant looking, but warm looking at least. That is like a sparkly finish on there as well. And did I mention I have an original Bad Monkey? Well, I do. In fact, I have two. And for some reason, this one is much heavier than that one. And also that's brightly colored and that was a bit dim. Can you see that if I hold that like that there? I know it's not in focus, but that'll be fine. So we should do a little bit of a comparison of that to this. Now, of course, we can only go with the Bad Monkey setting on this. Where is it? There, because that's the setting for the Bad Monkey. My guesses are that the Bad Monkey is going to be louder than the Bad Monkey because there's a lot of output coming from this. Also, this is an older pedal, so some things might have dried up in their old age. Let's do a little riff on both. Let's set that as well. Let's be fair. There we go. Let's have control, no pedal on. Yes, this is quieter, so let's match that. This one's a lot more present. Let's just boost everything a little bit. It's close. It's not quite there. I could spend some more time trying to get it on my own time. Give me some time on my own. We'll speed it up in the video so you haven't got to wait for me. See if I can get it closer. I've got as close as I'm going to get right now. Yes, so you can get it to sound like a Bad Monkey, unsurprisingly. The knobs on the Bad Monkey are far more twitchy than they are on here. I'd much rather have the controls on the new version because the difference between that and that is like a hotel shower. So yes, I'll take this over that most of the time. Although the original now has that sort of, is it post-hipster vibe? I don't know. What I am convinced of is that this is a great drive pedal, but it has the secret that we need to talk about, and to do that, I need a screwdriver. If you're like me, what I'm doing at the moment, moving lots of pedals around and just having them placed around rather than stuck to a board, you might want a rubbery backing on your pedal. And this has that. Right there, that is the rubberized side. But if you are more the sort of person who likes to put a pedal on a pedal board and stick it down so it doesn't move, then boy, do I have a treat for you. You can flip the back plate. Now it sticks to Velcro. That is hook and loop. So it's a reversible back plate. DOD call it the stage plate, and I can't believe that no one else has thought of this before. It's brilliant. It's minor, but it's brilliant. And as we've got it open, you might want to take a look in there and notice that you can operate it on battery if you should wish. There's also some stuff missing down there. Ooh. There was at some point a switch on here that allowed you to go from buffered to true bypass, but that switch has been removed. Overall, I think this is a superb pedal, a worthy successor to the Bad Monkey, which is a good pedal, but certainly had more internet credit than it deserved, because until then it was just another Tube Screamer clone. So DOD have done something cool. They've made something that is far more than a Tube Screamer clone. It is, I don't want to call it 3 drives in one, it's definitely 3 flavors of a similar drive, which are very easy to blend between. I do think that the price is phenomenal. About 130, 140, 150 notes, which, considering what DOD could have charged for this, I think they've got the price absolutely right. They deserve to sell a lot of these, and I love that DOD, Digitech are back and they're bringing innovations and fun to the pedal world. The thing I love about DOD pedals of the past, and I kind of collect them, is that they always had fun in them. This one retains that fun, but certainly gets updated with what feels like better circuitry and a more reliable pedal. I'd love to know what you think. Is it just another green pedal? Is it a must-have? The fuzz setting? Do you think that? Let me know in the comments section, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye!